My name is Jen Tabor Osterfeld. I'm Minister of Christian Education at Mount Zion United Methodist Church in Lothian, Maryland. I'll be doing tonight the first of several weekly children's messages, so you can tune in every Friday at 7 o'clock. Adults, your kids are going to love this, but you should check this out too because it's kind of a teaser for what Pastor Hayden's message will be on Sunday at 9 a.m. Today, I have a science experiment. The cool thing, though, about science is that it tells us more about God because God created everything. God used some pretty cool ways to tell us about who he is, like he parted the Red Sea in Exodus. Jesus walked on water and he healed the sick, and there's so many other ways. God even stopped the sun once, and you can check that out in Joshua 10 sometime. The experiment I have today is pretty fun. It shows how sometimes life can be unexpected, and it can use unexpected experiences. It can use unexpected people, or in this case, our experiment is going to use some unexpected ingredients to kind of make a cool wow factor. And so today I'm using milk, food dye, some dish soap, and a Q-tip to make a cool chemistry experience. So come over here and take a look at what I'm about to do. So I'm going to come here and add some food dye to this milk right here. Can you see what I'm doing? I put some green, I've added some yellow, I've got some red, and some blue. Here, we'll put some blue over here too. And I'm going to just dip the Q-tip into the end of the dish soap, and you just need just a little bit. And then are you ready? And watch what happens. Can you see that? Is that cool? I think it's pretty cool. Let's do that one more time. So I'm going to get another plate. Oops, I almost forgot the food dye. And some food dye. Now, if you can still see the first one, because I let the Q-tip sit in the milk, it's still working. All right, let's put some dish soap on the Q-tip. And then we'll see how this one works. I'm gonna put it in a different spot. Are you ready? That's pretty neat. So you know how that works is that the soap is trying to, it's a grease fighting soap, so it's trying to connect to the fat molecules that are in the milk, and so that's what kind of causes that explosion look. But it's just works just like that. It's unexpected. You don't expect that to happen, to have that whole reaction with those ingredients. And God works that way too, like I said earlier. So check out this story that is unexpected from John chapter 10. So Jesus was with his disciples, and they received information that their friend Lazarus was really sick. And Jesus loved Lazarus. They were really good friends. And so the disciples were surprised when Jesus said, I'm not going to go visit Lazarus right now. I'm not going to go to him. And so by the time Jesus did travel to Bethany, where Lazarus and his family lived, they found out that Lazarus had died. And Lazarus' sisters, Martha and Mary, they were very sad and said to Jesus that if Jesus had just been there, he would have been healed and would not have died. And so everyone was sad. There were lots of people traveling to Jerusalem, and so they had to go through Bethany. And so lots of people had gathered to be with the grieving sisters because Lazarus had died. And so Jesus explains that sure, he could have come and healed Lazarus, and everybody might have expected that, but that something unexpected was going to happen that would show others the power of God. Jesus said to Martha, your brother will rise again. Martha answered, I know he will rise again on the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Yes, Lord, she replied. I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who is to come into the world. A few verses later, it says, Jesus said, did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of all the people who are standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. Jesus then tells some other people to remove the stone from in front of the tomb. Now Lazarus, you have to know, had been dead for 4 days. And Jesus says really loud, Lazarus, come out! And guess what? Lazarus walked out. Lazarus was fully alive again because of Jesus. Jesus waited so that a lot of people would get to witness. They would get to see how great the power of God is. People say a lot about God, that God works in mysterious and unexpected ways. Have you ever heard people say that about God? God uses people. He uses all kinds of situations, even and especially you. Let us pray. Lord God, I thank you for all the children. I thank you that you do work in unexpected ways, and that through that we can get to know you better. I ask at this time in our lives when things seem difficult and very uncertain, I ask for your protection and your health for all people. I ask that even in this time of uncertainty, that we look for the unexpected, that we expect the unexpected, because we know God is still working and that God is all around us. Help us to have open eyes and open hearts for how you work in our world. Amen. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Be sure to check us out on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube, and then come back on Friday and see what we have for you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.